What's up, YouTubes? It's your boy again, coming back to another video on this channel. Yeah, I know I usually post this later, but anyways, today I'm going to be talking about audiobooks and if they're actually considered reading a book. I know that's kind of a hot button topic within the reading world. Um, but anyways, what's the purpose of almost first starting off with what is the purpose of a book? And that is to take you to another place, take you to understand a timeline, understand history, understand a certain part of whatever you are reading. For example, if you're reading science fiction, you have to understand certain ideas, certain stuff about said science fiction book. And yeah, and same thing with history, same thing with autobiography, poems, stuff like that, in different books. So it makes you, basically what I'm trying to say is it gives you, or should give you, an experience of certain things that the author basically the author or authors want you to feel. Like if you are reading, for example, if you're reading a book about science fiction, let's just say about time travel, about to Mars or whatever the book's about, and the author or authors want you to understand, all right, this is how the character develops with the time, discovering time travel and traveling from X planet to Mars or whatever the case might be. Again, just as an example. And then for audiobooks, it's basically the audio version of what the author wrote or authors wrote. Like I don't want to say reading, but I'm listening to an audiobook of this book, Can't Hurt Me, by the way. I will be doing a review on this later as soon as I'm done, about 4.5 hours away from finishing the book. But yeah. Anyways, so that's what for example, Can't Hurt Me by David Kellogg is so far his experience about life and how he went from being a kid to becoming an Air Force military member to leaving the Air Force to becoming a Navy SEAL and then going through Army Ranger School. That's where I'm at right now in the audiobook. And it's basically the same thing. Like I know a lot of people are like, oh, an audiobook isn't really reading. And yes, that is true. There's a difference between actually having a book and then flipping through the pages, like page 115 and Taking Souls. Yes, I'm literally looking at 115 right now. So I don't know if you can tell right there, but Taking Souls and turning the pages into the book versus, I don't know, going to Audible, listening to a book called for the same book for Can't Hurt You. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I prefer having an actual book where I can turn pages, and other people are like, oh, I'm gonna go work out. I would like to prefer listening to something through my phone or my speakers or whatever. But anyways, at that point, it's more of a preference than an actual difference between the experience, because the experience, I know it varies a little bit between book to book or even genre to genre, but at the end of the day, this is just my opinion. I think audiobooks give you an experience that a book doesn't usually give, and like an actual book gives you an experience that an audiobook doesn't. So it does, both of them give you an experience, but just different experiences of the same thing or similar things, or whatever you want to, whatever the right verbiage is here. But anyways, that's what I'm going to end today's show. As usual, links to everything in the description box down below. If you want to check me out on my second channel or my other channel, Firehawk Archer One, or if you want to see me on my podcast, yes, I have a podcast in case you didn't know, called Rhino and the Bat Podcast. I'm going to be linking everything in the description box down below. As always, have a good one. See you next episode. Peace.